We know that a product is multiplication, and we solve that by multiplying two factors together. And we know that a quotient is the resulting answer of a division problem. Okay, so depending upon what problem you're faced with, there are two different scenarios you might end up dealing with. For example, if I give you 2/3 times 1/2, it's always numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. This just so happens to reduce, right? That's simple multiplication. Or assuming maybe we have letters, something like that, it'll be, and I like just keeping them in alphabetical order. Okay? That's simple multiplication. All right? Division, on the other hand, works a bit differently. It utilizes some principles of multiplication, actually. You can't divide fractions. So to start with, 2/3 divided by 1/2, you can't divide by a fraction, so you multiply by the reciprocal of the second number. Okay, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by a reciprocal of that number. Dividing is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So in this case, you'll end up with 1 1/3, 4/3, of course, same idea. Those are your two answers, right? Or x divided by y divided by a over b. You can't divide by a fraction, so you multiply by the reciprocal of the second number, xb, ya, bx, ya. Okay? So, simple things there. They give you, in their division rule for fraction, they show you that if you are instructed to perform division, you multiply by the reciprocal of the second number. That's all that division rule says there on 232. Okay? And once you start multiplying, all the things that we've already learned over the course of the years are quite simple. Okay? They just get a little more difficult depending upon how many different things you have to deal with. So let's look at example 2 really quick. I'm not even going to do the first one. I'm going to do letter B. Okay? Letter B says you need to take 6xy over a squared and divide it by 3y over a cubed x. Okay? Can't divide by a fraction, so we multiply by the reciprocal. Okay? Notice, the first term doesn't change. The second term is what does change. Now, prior to multiplication, you always want to reduce where possible. The a squared cancels out 2 of the a's there and leaves you with a. Okay? The 3 becomes a 1. The 6 becomes a 2. The y becomes a 1. That y becomes a 1. Okay? So here I have 2x multiplied by ax. 2x squared a, or 2ax squared, is going to be the top. 1 times 1 times 1 is going to be a 1 for your denominator. Alright? Cross cancel, reduce, that saves you the step in the end. Alright? I'm going to show you that at the top of page 233. Alright? I rarely do it without cross canceling. Where it gets interesting is in example 3. And I'm going to do a couple like this. Example 3 says a squared minus 4ab plus 3b squared over a plus 2b. All of that is being divided by a squared minus ab minus 6b squared. Hopefully I copied it right. A squared negative 4ab positive 3b squared a plus 2b. Okay, beautiful. So if I were to write this the long way, it would be this divided by this over 1, right? But you can't divide by a fraction, so you are going to multiply a squared 4ab plus 3b squared over a plus 2b. You're going to multiply that by the reciprocal of this, which is 1 over a squared minus ab minus 6b squared. Okay? Now, rather than do the multiplication, let's factor these items and see if we can come up with an opportunity to reduce. So, in factored form, I ended up with, a minus b, a minus 3b here. A minus b, a minus 3b here. It's going to take you time to do it, but for sake of argument, lucky for us, we've got it already factored in our book. This is going to be a minus b and, a minus a minus b, a plus, or wait, that should be a 3. Make sure I factor it right. A plus 2b, yes. A plus 2b, a minus 3b. 3b. Okay. A plus 2b, a minus 3b. That way you have a negative ab in the middle. 3 and 2 is your negative 6b squared. Okay. So, A plus 2b, a minus 3b. Okay. The a minus 3b's cancel. So a minus b times 1 is your numerator. Your denominator is a plus 2b. Okay, this is a unit, as is this. Remember, these were factors. Okay, so that being said, there's your final answer. Okay. Oh, I forgot to multiply it, squared. That times that. Okay, there's your final answer. This times this gave us this. This times this gave us that. You don't need to write it out, a squared plus 4ab plus 4b squared. You don't have to do this. You could simply leave it like this. A plus 2b times a plus 2b is that. Okay, that's example 3. They're either more or less difficult. I'm going to give you another one. See if you can work this one out with me. Because this, I think, is some of the hardest stuff to deal with. All right, 1 minus x squared over 3x plus 4 divided by, and this is written in normal form, whereas this, you have this divided by this. This one, they're using the division symbol. X squared plus x minus 2, all of that over 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. Okay, here we've got a difference of squares. So 1 plus x, 1 minus x. You agree with me? Am I factoring it right? Hope so. This looks like it's going to be x plus 2, x minus 1, positive 2, negative 1 gives me a positive x. Good. That one's done. Save the best for last. 3x plus 4. Yeah, it's perfect square. 3x plus 4. Is this a perfect square? Yes. Is this a perfect square? Yes. Is the product of those two items double the middle? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect square. Okay, but we're not done. We are doing division, which means we have to flip the second term. Lucky for us, that's going to allow us to get rid of a 3x plus 4. Multiply by, flip this. 3x plus 4 squared and x plus 2, x minus 1. Okay? That's easy. That goes away. Okay, but now let's look at this and this. The x plus 2 I don't think I can do anything with. Positive x and a negative 1. All right. If I factor into this mess a negative 1, that makes this negative and that positive. Okay, assume I'm sticking that right there. Okay, I just don't want to squeeze it in. Okay, plug in that item there, and now I have an opportunity. X minus 1 matches x minus 1. Those cancel. Can't do nothing here. Okay, so the end result is going to be, and I'm going to write it normal, x plus 1, which is that, the negative symbol, which is that, 3x plus 4, all of that over 1 times x plus 2. Okay, factoring in that negative allowed me to make this match that so that I had something else I could cancel. You're going to really have to look out for those because there are these opportunities. Always look for something that has the same terms in it but in opposite form. If an item has the same terms but opposite of what you want, make one of them negative. I could have done the same thing over here. I could have made this a negative. Making it cancel, and it would still make the entire fractional result negative. Okay? Example 3, I think, is the toughest. We'll go with example 4 last. And this is when you have multiple things that you have to accomplish. You simply have to be very diligent that you do the right things to the right terms. 6p squared q over r divided by 3pq squared over r. And if you're anything like me, you might want to right away write them in flipped form, but I'm not doing that just so that I'm doing everything right. 2q squared pr. Okay, this item needs to get flipped. Multiply by r over 3p, oh my goodness, I'm having a problem writing, pq squared. Okay, this is a division, so you multiply by the reciprocal. Let's bring the rest of the puzzle into the play and see where we can start canceling some stuff. Okay? The 2 and the 3 you can't do anything with. The 2 and the r you can't do anything with. These 2 r's cancel out. These 2 q squareds cancel out. Okay? How about, is there anything I can do with the 6 and the 3? Yep. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 2. Be very careful that you don't error and accidentally cancel something twice, because that's an easy mistake to make. P squared would cancel 1p here and 1p there. Okay? Remember, the product of p and p is going to be p squared, which will cancel out by that, since this is on the top and these are on the bottom. So in one fell swoop, I'm going to p squared cancels p squared. Now, on the top, 2, nothing left on the bottoms. Q, nothing left on the bottoms. 2q, same scenario. So on the top, I have 2 times 2, 4q to the third. Hopefully I'm right. Mrs. Myers, what did I forget to cancel? What? Say again? Oh, I forgot to cross it off. Thank you. Okay. So you should end up with 4q on the top. I said it, but I didn't cross it off. R times 1, R. And that is the easiest mistake to make as you're canceling. Make sure that you cross off. I saw it. I crossed off one, didn't cross off the other. Okay? That's example 4. What you're doing today is 2 through 20 evens. The Algebra 1 book does this pretty extensively. Does this seem like something you guys remember? Sky, Jess, you guys remember this? This isn't too bad, right? You guys remember this? Okay. I'm not going to take any more of your time. I'm going to give you the rest of this period to work on it.